Yo! So today we're going to be pushing 10 kilometers on the Freeboard 5X to answer whether it can work to push long distances on the Freeboard. I'm doing this video because I've seen a lot of references online about how it's not possible to push on a Freeboard. I personally push all the time on the Freeboard, but I've never tried doing it for a long distance, so I thought 10 kilometers would be a good start. Alright, well let's see if it's possible. Here we are at the start. This is Hove Lagoon in Brighton, and we're going to be travelling to near the end of the marina and then turning back and completing 10 kilometers. So at this point, the first thing I'm noticing is that the ground, when it's rough, is actually a lot harder to push than when it's really smooth. And this is a big problem because it takes a lot of effort to go in and out of pushing on a freeboard. However, I was finding that because the ground was basically flat, I could get some really good speed with a few strong pushes, and it could maintain for a while, especially if I was riding on the centre wheels. So we've travelled a little bit of the way, and I'm going to stop off and have some water. It's pretty tiring, but it's quite fun. Alright, so I'm maybe a quarter of the way, and yeah, I mean it works pretty well. The ground needs to be really smooth for it to work well, otherwise you lose a lot of speed. It's just super tiring if the ground's not smooth, so just taking a bit of a breather. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully there'll be some better bits with a bit more incline down. So at this point the ground was really nice and smooth, and we were heading a little bit downhill towards the pier, and it was actually really nice to just cruise, grab the board, do some jumps over the speed bumps and do a bit of carving. It was great. This road was really interesting because it was nice and smooth but also really wide, which made it really good for pushing, and I got some really good distance at this section of the beach. Coming across this section was a bit of a gift because it was nice and narrow but also completely calm, no people walking, and I could just carve down. It's just sick, honestly, the freeboard when you hit spots like this. You push along for some amount of distance and then you find a really cool spot that you can just carve down. So actually it's not like you have to push for 10 kilometers. You actually get quite a few little downhill parts like here. I mean, the road's really windy, I can do some drifting, and then there's this cool little completely new patch of concrete which actually completely got stuck on my wheels after doing all the carving, which was quite funny. But yeah, we get back to pushing and we'll try and cover some more distance because we're almost there. I really liked this tunnel because I did some nice little jumps over and a cool little drift at the end with the 180, and it led to this really nice little wall that I tried to wall ride, which took a few attempts, but it was definitely worth it. So we were almost done. This was the last bit of pushing before a really cool hill. I mean, this is the perfect spot really. I was super happy with finding this. Like, amazing view over the sea, and yeah, it was just a complete dream to carve. And any freeboarders know that this kind of hill is like gold dust. You don't find them very often with such nice views and no traffic, so it was amazing. What a killer spot. And from here were the last 3 kilometers, so it was actually really nice because the ground was super smooth, and even if it went uphill, pushing was completely fine. It was nice to end the run on something a lot easier because there'd been some really difficult spots on the way. So yeah, I think that does it. I'm really happy with how that turned out. It was definitely harder than I thought. It can be tiring, so definitely think about that before you go out to try and do 10 kilometers, because it did take a while. But look, the weather's picking up now. I'm actually going to get an ice cream. I haven't seen anyone do 10 kilometers on a freeboard before, so at least now we know how feasible it is. If you enjoyed the video, check out the other ones. Otherwise, yeah, have a good one.